Back in the 1960s, Warren Buffett made a bold move by investing in American Express when the company was facing a significant scandal. The stock price had plummeted, and most investors were running for the hills. But Buffett saw something others didn't. He recognized that the company had a strong underlying business, and despite the panic, he believed it would recover. He bought a substantial amount of stock at a low price. Fast forward a few years, and American Express rebounded spectacularly, making Buffett a fortune. This is how you unlock wealth with contrarian investments, by going against the crowd and trusting your analysis. So how can you apply this to your own investment strategy? That's what we are going to talk about in this video, and we'll discuss in detail what exactly contrarian investing is and why it works so well. We'll share some key principles that you can apply to maximize your profits, and we'll look at real-life examples of investors who have successfully used this strategy. Plus, in the end, we'll give you some tips on how to develop a contrarian mindset so you can start spotting these opportunities yourself. Whether you're a beginner or an experienced investor, this video will provide you with the tools and insights you need to take control of your financial future. Don't miss out on the chance to learn how to invest wisely and become rich fast. So make sure to subscribe to the channel for more investing tips and strategies, and let's get started. All right, let's first talk about what exactly contrarian investing is and how it works, because understanding this is the first step to unlocking wealth with contrarian investments. So, contrarian investing is a strategy where you intentionally go against the prevailing market trends. It's about doing the opposite of what most investors are doing, buying when everyone else is selling and selling when others are buying. This approach can seem a bit counterintuitive at first, but that's exactly why it works so well. You see, most people follow the herd mentality, which often leads them to make decisions based on emotions rather than logic. By staying calm and making decisions based on solid analysis, not the crowd's panic or excitement. Take Warren Buffett, for example. He's one of the most famous contrarian investors out there. Buffett has a saying, "Be fearful when others are greedy, and greedy when others are fearful." What he means by this is that when everyone is excited and buying, that's usually when prices are at their highest, and it might be time to consider selling. On the other hand, when people are panicking and selling off their assets, that's when prices are low, and it's often the best time to buy. This strategy has worked wonders for Buffett, helping him build one of the most successful investment portfolios in history. This is how to unlock wealth with contrarian investments, by understanding that the market's highs and lows are often driven by emotions, and using that knowledge to your advantage. But why does contrarian investing work so well? It comes down to human psychology. Most people only start buying into the market when they feel confident, usually when the prices are already high and everyone is talking about how great the market is doing. But by then, the market is often at its peak, meaning there's not much room for further gains. Contrarian investors believe that when people say the market is going up, it's because they're already fully invested and don't have much more to contribute. At that point, the market is likely to turn. Conversely, when people start predicting a downturn and selling off their assets, it often means the market is about to hit bottom and begin to rise again. By buying low when others are selling and holding on to those investments until the market rebounds. Moving forward, now that we've got a good understanding of what contrarian investing is, let's talk about how you can actually put this strategy into practice to unlock wealth. First up, let's consider the different ways you can approach a contrarian strategy. Some people look for historical patterns in stock prices, trying to predict when a stock might rise or fall based on what it's done in the past. Others react to momentum, buying stocks that are on the rise, hoping to catch a wave of growth. And then some people follow benchmarks, comparing stocks to a standard to find out which ones are underperforming and might be due for a turnaround. But while all of these methods can be effective, one approach really stands out when it comes to contrarian investing, focusing on valuation. When you're using a valuation-based approach, you're trying to figure out what a company is truly worth its intrinsic value, and then buying its shares when they're priced significantly below that value. This is how to unlock wealth, by buying into solid companies when they're undervalued and holding on as they climb back up to their true worth. Also keep in mind that there's no one-size-fits-all answer to how you calculate a company's intrinsic value. Different industries require different measurements, and it's not just about finding a company that looks cheap on paper. The key is to distinguish between a stock that's cheap and one that's genuinely undervalued. Cheap stocks might seem like a bargain, but if they're only getting cheaper with no signs of recovery, they're probably not the best investment. On the other hand, an undervalued stock is one that's temporarily out of favor but has strong potential to bounce back. This is another way to unlock wealth when applying contrarian investments by focusing on the difference between cheap and truly undervalued opportunities. Now, it's important to note that while the price-earnings ratio is a useful tool, it shouldn't be the only thing you look at when evaluating a potential investment. It's a simple number, but it doesn't tell the whole story. Instead, you should consider a variety of factors like cash flow, the balance sheet, return on capital versus the cost of capital, and the management team's quality. Of course, sometimes the market is right, especially when a lot of people agree on a particular stock. But even then, there are ways to protect yourself from potential losses. One of the best tactics is to leave shorting betting against a stock to the professionals. Shorting can be very rewarding, but it's also risky and requires a lot of expertise. If you're not trained in this area, it's better to seek the help of a professional who knows what they're doing. Another key strategy is to pick durable companies, those that have been hit hard in the past, but have managed to come back stronger. These companies have proven they can survive tough times and continue to innovate and adapt to changing market conditions. Investing in these types of companies can be a smart way to minimize risk while still taking advantage of contrarian opportunities. By choosing companies that have shown resilience and the ability to thrive even in challenging environments. Now that we've explored the key principles of contrarian investing, let's check some real-life examples of successful contrarian investors who have unlocked wealth by going against the grain. These stories not only illustrate the power of this strategy, but also show how you can apply similar thinking to your own investments. Let's start with Warren Buffett, probably the most famous contrarian investor of our time. Buffett put this philosophy into action during the 2008 financial crisis, a time when most people were fleeing the stock market in panic. With markets tumbling and companies filing for bankruptcy left and right, it seemed like the world was ending for investors. But not for Buffett. He advised investors to buy American stocks, seeing the crisis as an opportunity rather than a disaster. One of his bold moves during this period was purchasing shares in Goldman Sachs, a major investment bank that many had written off as doomed. Fast forward 10 years, and Buffett's bet paid off big time. From 2008 to 2018, Goldman's stock jumped by about 239%. By seeing potential where others see only risk, and having the conviction to act on your analysis even when the majority disagrees. Another fascinating example is Michael Burry, a neurologist who turned his attention to hedge fund management. In 2005, Burry noticed that the subprime mortgage market was dangerously overheated. While most of the financial world was riding the wave of easy credit and booming real estate prices, Burry dug into the numbers and saw trouble on the horizon. He realized that the market was mispricing risk, particularly in the riskiest parts of the subprime mortgage sector. Taking a bold and very contrarian step, Burry decided to short the subprime mortgage market, essentially betting that it would crash. And crash it did. His hedge fund, Scion Capital, profited massively from the collapse, earning Burry and his investors huge returns while most of the financial world was in free fall. Burry's story was so compelling that it became the subject of the book The Big Short by Michael Lewis, which was later turned into a popular movie. This is how to unlock wealth with contrarian investments by doing the hard work of research, trusting your findings, and being willing to bet against the crowd when the evidence is on your side. So, as you think about your own investment strategy, remember these stories. They're proof that with the right mindset and approach, you too can unlock wealth with contrarian investments. By the way, if you're enjoying the video so far and want more topics like this, comment the word "more" so I know. Now that we've seen examples of successful contrarian investors, let's talk about how you can develop the mindset to follow in their footsteps. A contrarian mindset is key if you want to unlock wealth with contrarian investments. First, it's about questioning everything. Don't just follow the crowd, ask why things are done the way they are. This is how you build wealth with contrarian investments, by finding the flaws in conventional wisdom, much like Steve Jobs did when he saw the potential for personal computers. Next, embrace uncertainty. It takes courage to go against the majority, but that's where opportunity often lies. Think of people like Rosa Parks, who stood up for what was right despite the risks. This is how you unlock wealth with contrarian investments, by trusting your research and beliefs, even when it's not the popular choice. Also, always look for alternative perspectives. Understanding different viewpoints can help you see opportunities others miss. By being open to new ideas, just as Copernicus was when he challenged the belief that the Earth was the center of the universe. Finally, don't fear failure. It's part of the learning process. Thomas Edison didn't see his 1,000 failures as setbacks, but as steps toward success. This is how you create wealth using contrarian investments, by viewing failure as a stepping stone, not the end. Embracing this mindset allows you to see value where others see risk, avoid market bubbles, and stay patient for long-term gains. To sum up the whole discussion, we hope this video has given you a clearer understanding of how you can unlock wealth with contrarian investments. Remember, the key to success in investing often lies in going against the grain, questioning the status quo, and having the patience to see your investments through. However, it's important to note that the purpose of this video is to educate you on various aspects of investing, not to provide specific investment advice. Investing always involves risks and uncertainties, and it's crucial that you do your own research and consult with qualified professionals before making any financial decisions. Keep in mind that past performance does not guarantee future results, and you should carefully consider the risks involved before putting your money at stake. If you found this video helpful, I highly recommend watching my next video, which is the perfect complement to this one. Don't hesitate to share this video. It might just help someone else on their financial journey. And of course, if you enjoyed the content, please subscribe to the channel and share your thoughts on today's topic in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.